So what would your advice to me be if I'm going to have this conversation with my buddy? Because again, he randomly brought it up. There was a couple people around, and I almost was like, whoa, you're going to talk to everybody about this? You know, that your doctor said? It was like, almost like
that destigmatization is
that's
good,
what I'm saying.
though.
It's like, is it taboo? Is it not? You know, I don't. So if you were to give me advice on the conversation with the friend of mine, what would it be?
I would say I'm a huge proponent of just trying to stay in your given lane, right?
Sure.
So I'm not saying that you're fully unequipped to give somebody advice in that situation, but like anything, I mean, you are as empathetic and as understanding of a listener as anybody, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the bread and butter of what you do.
Yeah.
So I don't think that, so I think you lean into that and you just talk to them about, do you have a practitioner currently that you trust? Maybe understanding some of their concerns. Just, what do you mean? Don't play the role of, well, you don't look that overweight. You don't look, I can't really tell. Like your waist looks skinny. You look strong. You know, I say we try to get away from that quick assessment of somebody. Cause as in the periphery, I see that occur in conversations as, you know, somebody asks a friend and they immediately, well, you don't need that.
Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah. And it's like, well, hold on. Somebody's just trying to talk about this. If it's on somebody's radar, you just hope that you can steer them into the direction of a practitioner, an expert in that arena that understands it. And if they do, then you do your part to try and destigmatize whatever solution that they come to. Hey, all I know is that these are helping a lot of people. Do I know it's a perfect solution for you? I have no idea. I don't know your medical history. I'm not a clinician. I don't know any of that stuff, but I do know if you feel like you want to have that conversation, you encourage them to not feel bad about bringing that up at their next appointment, as opposed to, come on, dude, just start training for the marathon with me. You'll be fine. You know, buck up. Let's go. You know, I think that's the biggest thing.
The other thing I would think is leaning into the empathy, going, how can I help you? How can I support you in this? If you finding a practitioner, if you're not sure, get a second opinion. There's never that's never the wrong choice. But whatever you decide, let me know how I can help you. Mm-hmm. If it's helping you exercise, if it's giving you some pointers, if it's holding you accountable, if it's whatever, let me know what I can do because I want to help you live a long time.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I need to ask his forgiveness because that was the quick, like he brought this up. I was like, dude, no. You know, like I was like, no, you don't. Blah, 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 blah.
And there's a way to still incorporate some of that. I mean, I don't know how well you know this guy. It's obviously your friend, so you can keep it real with the person. But now I think there is an understanding of what you do for a living, you know, and hey, you're around this stuff. So you are a proxy for good or bad information. So you to an extent, you have to be aware that you've put yourself in the crosshairs of those kind of conversations. But that doesn't, but you have to, we all have to know our own sort of lane as well. That's like if somebody is like, hey, you know, just because I went to pharmacy school and all of that, they hit me with well, do you think we should do radiation or we should do surgery? I'm like, dude, I can understand maybe what the doctor is talking about in terms of what drugs are being used and why one option is better than the other and what the data says. I got no business having that conversation. And so there's still a way to play your role in that car. I don't just say like, dude, shut up. You know, don't ask me that question. How could you ever ask me that question? You know? So it is a fine line. Mm-hmm.
I usually give this disclaimer when I'm like talking with people. I'm like, I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not a counselor. So if we come to the point where you need those services, like I will recommend those services to you, but I don't have that licensing, you know? So same kind of thing, I guess.
It is. That's exactly it.